Hello, everyone. It's Margaret Martin here with your Mindful Monday. We're trucking along here in October, and hopefully, if you're here and watching me live, if you would just at least let me know, put a comment in so I know because I can't tell who's here. So, at any rate, October again is a Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And I wanted to bring each week in our Mindful Monday one of the aspects of domestic violence that is, I'm sure you're definitely aware of it and have probably experienced it, but not always commonly thought of as domestic violence or interpersonal violence. And that's emotional abuse. Yeah, there's a lot of it that goes on, but I'm going to click over. I've included a link for some of the statistics that I'm going to read to you because I want to make sure that you have accurate information here and not me just going on my memory of the things that I have experienced or people in my family have experienced. I'm going to give you some statistics about emotional abuse is psychological abuse. And I remember when I was speaking at a commencement program at a Florida prison as some of the prisoners, male prisoners, were getting their GED. And I remember saying to them, you may have heard things like, things growing up, such as you're you're dumb, you're stupid, you'll never amount to anything. And so I said to them, you're not stupid. And I'm sure they thought, well, lady, we're here in prison. Obviously, we're stupid. Whereas I got them to reframe it and rethink about it. And I said, you wouldn't be getting your GED if you were stupid. You're not dumb. You're not stupid. So let's think about the action you took that caused you to be here. Now, maybe the action was not the smartest action. Maybe it was a stupid decision. And so if you take the action you took and think about it from that direction rather than, you know, being stupid or dumb. And so a lot of children experience this. Some of you probably experienced some of this as you were growing up. It can come from parents, it can come from teachers, it can come from coaches, it can come from siblings, and so it can come from a lot of different sources. But there's some of the statistics, surprisingly enough, it's almost equal, the percentage for men and women experiencing emotional abuse. And so it's 48.4% of women and 48.8% of men have experienced at least one psychologically aggressive behavior by an intimate partner. 4 in 10 women and 4 in 10 men have experienced at least one form of coercive control by an intimate partner in their lifetime. 17.9% of women have experienced a situation where an intimate partner tried to keep them from seeing family and friends. 18% of women have experienced threats of physical harm by an intimate partner. 95% of men who physically abuse their intimate partners also psychologically abuse them. Women who earn 65% or more of their household income are more likely to be psychologically abused than women who earn less than 65%. So pretty interesting thoughts about, so different types of emotional abuse are humiliating the victim, controlling what the victim can or cannot do, withholding information from the victim, deliberately doing something to make the victim feel diminished or embarrassed, isolating the victim from friends and family, denying the victim access to money or other basic resources, stalking, convincing the victim he or she is crazy. These are just a few of the things that people go through in emotional abuse. And I think it's an even larger challenge when people are going through divorce and custody and trying to arrange things, and sometimes the men and the women, I won't say it's as I said earlier, it's pretty even statistics there, that they can use the abuse of, withholding the children or telling them they're not available to take the children. And that's unfortunately very common, but that's emotional abuse. Domestic violence abusers are all about control. It's power and control. And so they will do whatever it takes to continue to have control over their victims. So there are also resources available for, and I want to make sure I cover that too. This comes from the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, and I did, as I said, I put a link in there. There's the national hotline, which is 1-800-799-SAFE, SAFE, or 7233. Florida has its own domestic violence and your local hotline, and anyone within your local area that has a safe house and outreach has those resources. More people than you think experience this. I mean, right now it's rampant in politics. It's awful. We need to step back, take a breath before we reply or react to anyone. Take 3 breaths. And if you can, certainly start loving yourself more. When we experience love for ourselves or others, we can do more to heal the world, because we will not be as reactive, and I'll get off of that soapbox in a second. But in the meantime, do the very best you can. Be aware. And if you see someone going through this, ask them if they need help. If they need if they need some help with finding someone to talk to, the resources. And so I hope that you will take a moment, pay attention to what's going on around you, be observant, and when somebody's overstepping, step in, especially with children. Children don't deserve to be treated the way they are in most cases of verbal abuse and physical abuse. They're just kids. You were a kid once. Hopefully you didn't experience something really bad. But if you did, my heart goes out to you, and I hope you're healing well. Have a great week. We're wearing purple because of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Reach out to your safe house and outreach center, see what resources they can use, make a donation to, if nothing else, or see about pots and pans and dishes that you may be getting rid of, or different things like that. They may have those needs as well. So take good care, love yourself, take care of yourself, and I'll see you next week. Have a good one. Bye now, and thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and appreciate the comments. And when you watch this, I really appreciate, just what kinds of thoughts come up for you. So take good care, and I will see you next week. Bye now.